Welcome back, boys and girls. I hope you have your pencil drawing of your geometric tree from last week. If you did not do this step, you'll have to go back and watch the video from last week's lesson and get caught up. Today, you're going to be needing your ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you can use a piece of cardboard. I cut this from one of snack box that I had laying around. By the way, these peanut butter or almond butter snack cookie things are so good. So I highly recommend those. Those are good. Anyway, now that I'm hungry, you're gonna need your Sharpie, and that's it. We are going to be tracing over all of the lines, and the reason I didn't have you do this last week is because I want you to go slow and careful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with just the outside edge of my tree, and I'm going to line up my straight edge, and I'm just going to hold it, spread your fingers out nice and wide, and I'm going to pull down across the pencil lines. So I want to try to match up on top as slowly and carefully as I can. Now the main lines of the tree, we're going to do something a little bit to make the lines thicker, to make them stand out some. So that's called emphasis, and we want the tree, the outside edges of the tree, to be just a little bit thicker. So I just moved that over, and you can see the difference in how this line looks compared to this line. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to move it over just a touch and then draw that line right down to it. I'm also going to do the same for the ground line underneath. And I'm going to pull right next to it just to thicken that line up. I'm also going to do the bottom edges of the branches. One there, and then pull it down a little bit and double it up. And then same thing on this side. Start here, pull across, and then double it up. The main branches, so each section is going to get that same treatment. So I'm going to do one there, and then one there, and continue with the other branches. There's one there. Now it is time to start retracing all of the individual lines that I created with those shapes. Do not just try to draw these freehand. Even if you're slow and careful, you're still going to get some bumps and lumps, and it's not going to look geometric. So just line it up, hold it steady, and you're just going to trace over all of those pencil lines just like that. All right, so I am going to keep working on this slowly and carefully, turning my page to get the best angle so it's easiest to do. And then once I have filled this whole thing in, I will be back to show you what mine looks like. All right, so I have a circle here that I'm going to need to do. If you still have the cap that you used, you can try to put the cap back and trace around, but I am just going to do this circle free-handed. So I'm just tracing, and I'm going as slow and as carefully as I can. So if you have any circles in any areas, you want to stop and do that. All right, I'm going to continue on with the bottom edge here. All right, I just finished my last line. Bottom part is completely covered, tree, and up here. Now, if there's any areas that you need to go back, if you didn't cover over completely and you want to clean up some of the pencil lines, you can go ahead and use your eraser to do that. If you have little falling leaves, make sure that you are using your straight edge even for those tiny little pieces. Once you have completely covered with Sharpie, you are done for the day. We are going to be coloring these next time, so make sure you save it somewhere safe, and don't forget to answer the exit ticket so I know that you got this far today. All right, so hold on to these for next time, and I will see you next art class. Have a great week, friends.